Previously on X-Men.
Hello there, Eliza here, and I hope you all watched the primer for X-Men Forever, because I'm only going to do a quick recap of the ending before going into my story. After defeating the biosynth clone of Storm, the true Storm has left the X-Men to become Queen of Wakanda and infiltrate the Consortium. Kurt, after absorbing the powers of Thor, is in a coma, and Mystique, Rogue, Thor, and Danielle Moonstar have gone to the realm of Hela to save his life. Kitty has left the team to work alongside Callisto and Genosha to keep an eye on the biosynth clone, with Gambit promising to look in from time to time to keep an eye on her. Nate Summers and Corsair have been abducted by Mr. Sinister's agent, Robin Hanover, and Havoc, Alex Summers, has been added to the X-Men's list of fallen members. The X-Men now consist only of Jean Grey, Cyclops, Sabretooth, Gambit, Polaris, and the non-mutant character Daisy Dugan as active members. In the world outside of their allies and enemies, believing them to be deceased, what will happen next? As the X-Men return home from Genosha and Wakanda, they are met with two communications at once. The first is from the Starjammers. They have lost communication with Corsair, who is out with Nate and Robin. The other is from Bobby. An old foe, Cameron Hodge, has returned and seemingly abducted Warren, so the X-Men decide they need to split up. Cyclops, Polaris, and allied Charlotte Jones go to join the Starjammers in tracking down what happened to Nate and Corsair, while Jean, Sabretooth, Gambit, and Daisy, alongside a visiting Banshee, connect up with Bobby to go and rescue Warren. Let's follow Cyclops' team first. They managed to track Robin Hanover to the Nebraska orphanage that Cyclops grew up in. As they head inside, more and more memories of his time in the orphanage come back. He remembers Robin. He also remembers friends. A young boy named Nate. The one he named his son after. Heading down into the orphanage's sub-basement, they discover former New Mutants Skids and Firefist being held captive. Mr. Sinister reveals that the Mutant Liberation Front had tried to attack the orphanage, thinking that it was an anti-mutant organization base, due to false information. Cyclops frees the young mutants, and they join in helping rescue the kidnapped Nate from Sinister and Robin. Deep in the bowels of the orphanage, Sinister sends the Marauders to attack them. And they learn that Sinister himself is actually just a biosynth creation, as is technically Robin Hanover. And the true threat is a young boy who steps forward, Nathaniel Essex, Cyclops' childhood friend, who is in actuality a mutant, with a very rare mutation. His mutation has him aging 1 year for every 50 that pass since his mutation started. He is immortal. He recovers from any damage done to him, but he ages so very slowly. Nathaniel attempts to run a test on Nate, which unfortunately causes the young Summers' power to unleash, tearing apart pods and computers. The telekinetic blast, destroying everything in the sub-basement. Cyclops is barely able to get everyone to cover, but thankfully, it seems the Marauders' cloning pods have been destroyed, as was the new Sinister. But Nathaniel, a few of the Marauders, and Robin have escaped. Knowing that Nathaniel will keep coming for his son, Cyclops makes the decision to go to the X-Men's strongest allies for assistance. And alongside Skids, Firefist, Polaris, and the Starjammers, he heads to Shi'ar space to ask for Nate to be kept there safely, so Nathan could not attempt to abduct him again. Little do they know, Nathan has taken a DNA sample of Nate and a memory scan of Corsair, and is studying the Starjammer's blueprints. And unknown to everyone else, one of the clone vats survived the collapse of the orphanage, and has produced another clone, but without the programming as the computers were smashed. The clone is seen in silhouette, but who is it? The Starjammer drops Charlotte off at one of the mansion's secret entrances, and as Cyclops leaves the Earth's atmosphere, He uses the Starjammer's computers to send a message for the rest of the X-Men to find when they get back to the mansion, apologizing, but he states he will be back as soon as he has left Nate with Xavier and Lalandra. Back with Jean's team, they manage to track Cameron Hodge to the ruins of X-Factor's old base in Tribeca. As they head through, Banshee reveals that after Psylocke and Jubilee came to work with Excalibur to replace Kitty and Kurt, the two left after detecting an old X-Man signal in India and haven't been seen since. Jean is curious as to which X-Man was detected in India because she can't think of any that were near there. Although that thought is torn from her mind as they come across Hank's old lab in the building, which causes her to remember Hank. Making it into the catacombs of the old X-Factor building, they discover Hodge. The immortal madman is still obsessed with Warren, blaming him for being reduced to nothing more than a head. It is also revealed he is working with another X-Men villain, the one who dug him out in Genosha. A man by the name of Abraham Cornelius, the lead scientist of Weapon X, and one of the lead members of the consortium. He seems to be running an experiment on Warren, attempting to learn something about what Apocalypse did to him. Not wanting to see more harm come to Warren, Jean's team rushes in to stop the madman and the doctor, managing to best some of the Neo-Sentinels he had brought with him. And while they manage to free Warren, the monster has already injected something into him. Sabretooth is the one to confront Dr. Cornelius, who reveals he has given himself some modifications. He also reveals to Sabretooth the process and how Wolverine got the adamantium skeleton in an attempt to throw Sabretooth off guard, knowing that he's Wolverine's father. It doesn't work and Sabretooth tears into him, to no avail due to his upgrades. The X-Men take Warren back to the mansion to run tests on him, only for him to start to change as they fly back. Breaking away, it is revealed that the Consortium have inadvertently reactivated the death persona inside of Warren, and he flies off with a promise to return. After badly injuring Bobby, the X-Men make it back to base without Warren and with a badly hurt Bobby, and learn about what happened with Cyclops' group in Nebraska. Charlotte asks if she and her son can stay at the mansion for a while because Sinister may come after her to take revenge. Bobby is placed in the infirmary, and Fury is not happy about civilians taking up residency inside the mansion. Jean and Fury are also worried because it seems every step forward seems to take more and more of them away. The team is now only down to Jean, Gambit, Sabretooth, possibly Banshee, and Daisy. Banshee is the one who makes a suggestion. Psylocke and Jubilee have been missing for 3 months. Maybe they should go and search for them. Bring them back into the fold alongside whatever X-Men signal they found in India. Jean agrees that it's a good idea, and as they prepare to head out to handle that, Gambit gets a distress call from Shadowcat, and even though they are down to 5, Jean agrees to split the team again. However, a voice from the shadow gives them all pause as Caliban steps forward, offering his assistance as they prepare to divide and head out. But that is a story for next time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and if you want to help support this channel and the shows, I have a Patreon. Thank you all and have a good day. And I'll see you next time on Divergent Paths, X-Men Forever.